Moving on to a diplomatic U-turn. US President Donald Trump has invited Colombia's President Gustavo Petro to Washington. This comes just days after he called Petro a cocaine trafficker and hinted at military action against his government. The situation with a Latin American nation escalated fast, and then it de-escalated just as quickly. The turnaround came after a near 1-hour phone call between the two leaders. Trump said they discussed drugs and, in his words, other disagreements. In a post on Truth Social, Trump appreciated Petro's tone, and the US president suddenly was appreciative. He said he was looking forward to meeting him, but did not specify the date. This signals a possible thaw between the countries after days of open hostility. This was their first direct call since Trump threatened military action against Colombia. That threat came after the United States carried out a dramatic operation in Venezuela and captured its sitting president, Nicolas Maduro. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump earlier called Petro a sick man. He accused him of making cocaine and selling it to the United States. When asked about military action against Colombia, Trump didn't rule it out.
Now, we have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor, and that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
And Petro did not stay silent. He warned Washington about Colombia's sovereignty. He said if the US bombs civilians, thousands of guerrillas will return to the mountains. He also issued a dramatic warning. Petro said arresting him would unleash what he called the popular jaguar. Then Petro deployed 30,000 Colombian soldiers to the Venezuelan border. He called on citizens to take to the streets, and they did. Thousands protested across Colombian cities, rejecting President Donald Trump's threats.
First of all, respect for what he represents, because we're not talking about a person, we're talking about a president of a nation. Regardless of whether his ideology is different, whether you agree or disagree with his way of thinking, he is carrying out his mission to lead a nation. And if they kidnap your president, they are kidnapping the entire homeland.
After the call with Trump, Petro addressed protesters in Bogota's Plaza Bolivar. He said a détente was underway. So much so, he had to change his speech at the last minute. Petro also accused Colombian politicians of misleading Trump.
Peace is found through dialogue, and that's why I accept President Trump's proposal to talk. We'll see what comes of it. I'll keep insisting that an alliance is possible in clean energy, because it brings peace and life and love. Colombia knows how to take advantage of peace. Colombia can sleep. I'll let you know if there's anything wrong. Hopefully in time, it can sleep peacefully in much of the country. In other parts, we know it still can't.
Now, this relationship has been frosty for a while. Last year, Colombia briefly banned US deportation flights. Soon after, Washington revoked Petro's visa. Still, reality imposes limits. For Colombia, the United States is indispensable. Washington has sent nearly $14 billion in military aid over a 2-decade period, helping Bogota fight left-wing rebels and drug cartels. For the US, Colombia is just as critical. It is the backbone of American counter-narcotics operations abroad, and Colombia is no ordinary partner. It is a major non-NATO ally, a status shared with countries such as Japan, Australia, and Qatar. So here is the bigger picture. Trump threatens, Petro mobilizes, the streets erupt, and then the call comes. Because, despite the rhetoric, neither side can afford a real break. Not when strategy, money, and security are at stake. And that is Trump's foreign policy in a sentence. Maximum pressure, followed by a handshake. The question is not why they are meeting. The question is, who blinks next once they sit across the table?
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.